What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Maggie T with Atlanta Falcons Nation. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss anything from me. But let's go straight into the news and updates. It looks like rookie minicamp is returning to the NFL offseason in 2021. And that's after a one-year hiatus. And I'm telling you, it doesn't come at a more critical time as in now. Because, a lot of these things that was excluded last year made a huge difference with those rookies of last year. So they had an unfair advantage. So let's kind of get back to a little bit of normal, hopefully, with practicing protocols and things of that nature. We'll see how this goes. But it's a key part of the onboarding process for those first-year players. And it's their first taste of life in the NFL. So it's critical. The Falcons will bring in, the 9 players selected in the 2021 draft, as well as the 20 undrafted free agents, also the maximum of 5 tryout players, and that maximum of 5 qualifying veterans. And of course, this will take place May 14th through the 16th. And of course, to start that off, the first day will be of the rookies going through an onboarding process, of course. That includes the physicals, the equipment fittings, strength and conditioning testing, and nutrition planning to kind of get them right on track right out the gate. Following that, they'll have their first team meeting with head coach Arthur Smith before shifting into meetings with their position groups and coaches. So I'm just happy that it's coming back. It was definitely missed. So in addition to that, along with those tryouts, it looks like former Ohio State football receiver CJ Saunders will get his NFL opportunity in this Falcons minicamp. He was actually invited to join them Friday. Of course, Saunders had previously agreed to join the Spring League, and that's a developmental league unaffiliated with the NFL, where he would have played for one of the Indianapolis-based teams, the Aviators. Now, it does look like, of course, if he's not signed out of minicamp, he is eligible to return back to that spring league. So we'll see how that go. And I guess they kind of got a glimpse of him after he showcased his talents for the NFL teams at the Ohio State's Pro Day workouts by running routes and catching passes for Justin Fields. And I guess the Falcons kind of took an interest to that just to see what he's all about. Doesn't mean much, but a tryout nonetheless, Now let's kind of get into these coaches, though. They had an opportunity to evaluate our current talent along with, of course, the new draftees and things like that. And let's start off with Matt Ryan's quarterback coach. Charles London just kind of raved about, Matt Ryan's ability to play at a high level after kind of studying some things. And he stated, "We studied every drop back pass, every play action pass, everything that Matt did this past year." He also stated, "We thought as a staff that he was still performing at that high level. He could still do everything that was needed to do to run this offense. And I look forward to working with him. He has a very unique skill set, and we expect that to continue this year." So the Falcons organization has high expectations for Matt Ryan, and they honestly don't see him slowing down, at least for this year. And right now, this is just a win this year type of league, it just seems, based on the draft picks and everything. So of course, the Falcons are betting that the talent surrounding Matt Ryan can prolong his career. Given modern medicine and player conditioning, it's possible he retains his status as that top 10 signal caller and get back to his MVP caliber play in Arthur Smith's offense. We will see. Of course, we can't tell by numbers alone, and training and all of that is going to take place day one, first snap, honestly. So it's pretty much a wait and see ball game right about now. But nonetheless, they are willing to take that chance with Matt Ryan. Hey, now, of course, they will probably worry about that transition later on. Not saying it's not going to be addressed, but right now they're not fully focused on that right at this moment. As well as secondary coach John Hoke, new Falcons secondary coach. We've been kind of changing around a little bit, but he kind of mentioned that cornerback Isaiah Oliver started to play better last season after he was moved to nickelback. And he stated, "Isaiah, I really thought when he moved inside, you really saw the player that he definitely can be even more." He also stated, "With his instinct, he does have length and short area quickness. He's also instinctive and he's physical in there. I thought when I saw him start playing inside, you could see his confidence grow. I thought he did a nice job." And I agree. A lot of these players have been out of their natural roles. They've been used to. You can tell a difference. Everybody kind of been out of their position. So, and of course, this nickelback role is important in the defensive coordinator Dean Pease attack. And Isaiah Oliver started 12 of the 16 games last season and struggled outside until he moved inside. So, with that being said, there will be some new position designations coming with the updated depth chart. So do expect more changes pretty soon. And speaking of that, defensive line coach Gary Emanuel actually wouldn't come in on Dante Fowler because he's no longer a defensive end. He is now an outside linebacker. Interesting. And that was referred over to Ted Monachino. So, of course, now we have questions for Dante Fowler. We will go to Coach Ted. Like I said, it's just going to be a lot more of this to happen. So be on the lookout for those updates. But, the team is kind of evaluating everybody's play, what they used to play. And looks like they are making the proper adjustments for these players. They wasn't used correctly. And I agree with that. As well as, after evaluating Elliott Fry, it looks like the Falcons have released the kicker. Now, he really didn't get much of playing time with the Falcons. He spent his final 12 weeks of the 2020 season on the Falcons practice squad and appeared in one game as a standard practice squad elevation, connecting it to his lone field goal attempt and 1 or 2 extra points against Green Bay in week 4. So not a lot of playing time. So they didn't feel the need to hold on to him much longer. So, wish him all the best, but he is no longer an Atlanta Falcon. But I held you guys long enough. That's all the updates I have so far. Of course, as more news come in, I love the off season, you guys. Always exciting things to come. Just to watch everything develop and take control. I love it. All right, y'all. Till the next time, this is Maggie T with Atlanta Falcons Nation. And we are the nation. Be on the lookout for us this Friday for Friday Night Madness. If you don't see us anytime earlier, if there is anything breaking. All right. I'm out, people. Peace.